I'm ready to get going. I slept so good and it's a nice calm day so far today. I think we have a west winds going later on, I would think, but for now it's calm, cool, probably in the low 50s. Alright, I gotta pack up and get going, take advantage of the first half of the day, calm wind.
Here I go again on another fabulous day of bicycle touring as I continue my second crossing of the United States. This is the 52nd day I've spent on the road with over 3,000 miles behind me since leaving Boston, Massachusetts. I spent last night here at the City of Hay Springs Sunset Park where I slept in warmth and peace during a 50-degree night. After packing my camp and making some hot tea, I make my way towards Nebraska Highway 87, but was stopped by a difficult puncture on my rear tire that ended up taking too much time out of my morning, eventually making me have to finish this day in the dark. What a morning I had. I didn't record any of it because I've been in a hurry to get going. I got too many miles to do. But when I left camp, my rear tire was flat, which is the first time I've had a flat tire in close to 3,200 miles since I started the trip. But I actually haven't even inflated my tire, any one of them, except maybe the rear one, twice in all that time. I don't even know how that's possible. Anyways, then I go into town and there's nothing open. And I'm out of food. I cooked everything I had last night, plus I don't want to cook anything this morning, so I haven't eaten anything. I have a Cliff Bar. And 45 miles to get to Alliance, and that's a big town. So I gotta do some errands when I get there. And 300 miles to Denver. Oh shit. Some really cool cars I've seen this morning. It's Sunday, so people are probably riding their hot rods. It's warming up fast. Woo! Hello world, Nebraska. Everything I see says that the next 80 to 100 miles are mostly flat. There's not even any elevation or gain or loss. It's pretty much flat. And I have a northwest wind, so it always kicks up later in the day. So I'm just gonna chill out and wait for it and have it push me straight south. We'll see what happens. What a beautiful day! The challenges of this morning, the flat tire and not finding any supplies, I kind of got over that one. And now I'm cruising on down. Alliance, 45 miles. Let's go, Nebraska. Give me something other than flat. Flat and more flat. But I ain't complaining. With a tailwind, I can make up some major miles. So, looking forward to it. Hi. Nebraska Highway 87 runs for 76 miles from its northern border with South Dakota to its southern terminus at the city of Alliance. This highway goes through mostly farm country and is pretty much free of traffic, making it ideal for taking in this state's prolific farming culture. Nebraska ranks third for the most production of corn in the nation and fifth for soybeans. Whatever forecast I saw for tailwinds is mistaken so far. I'm heading right into a south wind. Not bad, but I got a feeling it'll pick up, and maybe not today, but the next few days. But maybe I'll be wrong and the forecasted northwest winds will be coming, but I don't think so. This is what I got. Headwinds, 90 miles. As the day progresses, the temperature starts rising even more, so I stop to take off my windbreaker and check on a problem I started noticing with my rear wheel.
My rim is done, I think, unless there's a guru rim doctor, which I'm sure there is, but they're not in Nebraska in the middle of nowhere. It's gotten to the point where I can't even loosen up my brake enough, so I gotta release the pulls on it and not have it be engageable.
A few days ago, while riding through South Dakota, I made a mistake torquing the wheel while riding past a manhole cover that was exposed over the ground. I believe this caused the rim to fracture, and at this point the fracture started bulging out enough to catch my brake pads. All of a sudden I was facing quite the challenge, having over 250 miles to reach Denver, Colorado, where I knew I could find a new rim and someone to lace it up for me.
16 miles to Alliance. I'm starving. And that's at least an hour, but I have no food. All I've had is a Cliff Bar.
For now, I just needed to get some food in me in the city of Alliance and get as far as I could for the day. My plan was to keep riding on the wheel and seeing if it kept bulging out for the day before deciding on what to do next.
What a beautiful day. I'm 6 miles from Alliance. I'm starving. My mind is like not functioning. I gotta eat, like, not too much, but enough.
With a population of about 8,000, the city of Alliance sits on the western edge of what is called Nebraska's sand hills. These sand hills cover over 1/4 of the state and are made up of mixed grass prairie and grass-covered sand dunes.
I'm coming into Alliance, 45 miles on a Cliff Bar. If anybody tells you you can't do 45 miles on a Cliff Bar, don't believe them. But I definitely need refueling, so I'm gonna look for some place to eat and probably take an hour break. I did it in 4 hours and it's 1 o'clock, so if I leave at 2 here, it gives me 6 o'clock, maybe 7 o'clock tonight. Just enough time to find a place to camp. And I also want to get supplies too. I don't need a lot, but enough. I ate too much. I'm like barely pedaling, leaving Alliance. Got 38 miles to go. It's less than I thought. It's gonna be like in the high 80s kind of day. 38 miles to Bridgeport, and I asked around. There's a camping area there in a park, so I'll be able to camp again tonight. And this guy just told me that the last 18 miles to Bridgeport is a insane downhill stretch. He says I won't even have to pedal the whole way in. We'll see if that's true.
The city of Alliance is also home to a train yard servicing a large number of coal trains heading to power plants in the Midwest and the South, coming from Montana's and Wyoming's Powder River Basin, a geological structural basin boasting one of the largest coal mining areas of the world.
I've never seen so many trains in the US. I've seen them in other places like Japan, all stacked in a depot? I don't know what they call it, but I could have stayed there for a while. I'm a big fan of trains. That's a nice shoulder.
Once past the city of Alliance, I take a southbound turn on US Route 385 aiming to reach the city of Bridgeport, where I see on the map a recreational area that allows for camping. US Route 385 runs for 1,206 miles from Deadwood, South Dakota, all the way to Big Bend National Park in Texas. It also traverses through the states of Nebraska, Colorado, and Oklahoma. An interesting fact of US Route 385 is that it is also a trade corridor named La Entrada al Pacífico, an international project between Mexico and the United States, creating a route from the Pacific Ocean port of Topolobampo in the Mexican state of Sinaloa to Texas and beyond. I keep on pedaling the 36 miles to reach Bridgeport on a steady low-grade incline, enjoying the constant stream of trains passing by while noticing my rim continuing to bulge out. My biggest concern is having to descend into the city of Bridgeport on what I've been told is a serious steep hill with only my front brake.
I ate too much food and it cost me, but I'm making the miles. I'm 61 and a half miles in.
I think I gotta get to 85. I've been on a 20-mile low-grade incline since I left Alliance. I've mostly been climbing with the wind on my face and on my right. I'm just grinding these miles, not making a lot of speed because of lunch and because of this wind that's jabbing me in the liver. It's just suffocating and I'm tired. All right, this looks promising. But oftentimes you go over these humps and you look ahead and it's just more humps. Well, I just got myself into some trouble. I'm pretty sure now that my rim is cracked in the inside because since I fixed that flat this morning, the tire itself is actually bulging the rim out. So it must have lost its reinforcing nature from having it be double walled. So I can't even use the rear brake, and I got a big decline here, a descent. So I'm gonna go slow and be careful. And after that, I gotta do some logistics and see how I'm gonna get safely to Denver. But for now, I only have one brake, which is my front brake. I'm gonna go nice and easy. I also deflated the tire a lot, so it doesn't keep bulging the rim out. Not easy going slow. I'm pumping my brake. I'm trying to be a good rider, a safe rider. But in this scenario, I would have loved to just scream down this thing. It's like a straight shot. So I can't even look at it. It's so painful. But the good side of this is I see a gorgeous train in the distance here. I can stop and take a look at it. It's so beautiful. The sun's just lighting it up. The scenery on this spectacular day coming into Bridgeport during sunset has since become engraved in my memory bank. The golden grass-covered prairie, orange-painted locomotives pulling train cars filled with coal, brilliant crops of this and that, and the distant rolling hills made for quite the magical moment. Coming into Bridgeport now, it's been a very interesting day. It'll be 83 miles. Seen a lot today and covered some serious ground. I feel like I've done really good and taken advantage of whatever relaxed winds there were, or tailwinds I got. And I have 220 miles to get to Denver. I gotta figure out how to do it now with my rim. I gotta look at elevations and just decide whether I'm gonna go with it and take a chance, or the other option that I've been thinking about is taking a ride either by bus to Denver or having one of my friends in Denver come get me, or have somebody ship me a wheel that I can just throw on there. I could probably have one next day cheaper than I could find some public transportation to get me to Denver. That way I can finish the ride there. I was really looking forward to riding alongside the South Platte River. But one thing at a time. I just got to get in here, figure out some camping, get some food, and enjoy the rest of this day. It's been spectacular. The train action, come on. That was a lot of train action today. Well, I got myself a sub. I don't feel like cooking, plus I'm running late. But only about a mile from a recreational area where I can camp.
Beautiful evening. The sun is just glowing on the horizon. Broken rim and all. This has been another spectacular day. They just keep coming at you. It's a magical thing. You keep pushing forwards, and amazing days get created like today.